Hi guys, today is February 27th and I am here. I'm so nervous. I feel like my voice is shaky. I'm shaky. I'm getting my stomach tattoo finished. Today I'm just getting shading done. I'm very nervous. At the end of this video, I'm going to be answering a few of your guys' questions about stomach tattoos in particular and about my experience getting my stomach tattooed, yada yada yada. I'm going to show you guys a before clip. Oops, there's my titty. A lot of you guys are very offended by my boobs, but can't please everyone. Okay, here is the outline with no shading, like I said. It healed perfectly though, in case anyone is wondering. The lines and everything healed great. So now it's just time to dye all over again. Back again, and this time with nipple pasties. You're welcome. Wow, that looks incredible. Okay, an update. Taking a 2-minute break because he's flipping the bed around. He's about to start on the other side. We're halfway done, I think. I just want to show you guys the difference because one half is shaded and one half is still just the outline and it looks really cool.
Hey, you ready for your back ball? Your back now? Yeah.
Holy shit. So different. Like looking at it upside down versus where I can actually see it.
Okay, it's very irritated right now, like super red. And there's some sort of like ointment that he put on it to help with the irritation. Okay, that's kind of a better angle because you don't really see the glare as much. Holy shit. Oh my god, that was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. I did it. I just left the shop, I'm walking to my car, and I'm gonna head home. I told you guys I'm gonna answer a few of your questions, but I'm gonna do that tomorrow morning. One, so I can show you the tattoo the next day and show you it in the sunlight, and also because I don't feel like talking right now, to be honest. Like, hi guys. Today is the next day, and yeah, I'm here to finish the video. Let me show you my tattoo really quick, and then we'll get to the questions. I'll insert a photo of the before when it was just the outline. I did show you guys at the shop of how it looked with just the outline, but yeah, just to show you guys side by side. The artist that I went to, his style is very heavy shading, as you can tell, and it will lighten up in a few weeks a little bit. It won't be as black, it'll fade to more of like a gray. Also, there is Sanoderm over it. I have talked about what Sanoderm is in a lot of my tattoo videos, so I'll take this off probably in the next like 2 or 3 days. I am seriously so obsessed with this, but the detail in the shading just blows my mind. If you guys can tell, like some of it's like that stippling shading, some of it's like, I don't know how to really explain it, but it's just incredible. So I went on Instagram yesterday and posted something like, oh, I'm gonna answer questions about stomach tattoos. Leave me some questions. I'm gonna answer some that I noticed were most frequently asked, and then I'm gonna answer some that just stood out to me that I thought were cool questions. A lot of people are asking me about the pain. That's probably the most frequently asked question. How it compared to other tattoos, if it was my most painful tattoo, if it was worth going through the pain. Yes, it was my most painful tattoo. If you guys have done research on tattoos, then you might have heard that your stomach is a sensitive area to get tattooed. And because my piece is pretty big, it goes on my ribs, my sternum, it goes down by my belly button, the center of my stomach, like the whole thing was just very painful. When I get my arms tattooed, those hurt. Like, you can always feel the pain of a tattoo, like it's needles going in your skin. But some places are just so much more tolerable. Like, I could sit through an arm tattoo all day. I obviously did my stomach in 2 sessions, and the first session was about 2 hours, and then this session was about 2.5, so 4.5 hours total, which is not that long at all. I could not sit through a 4.5 hour stomach tattoo session. So just to give you like a idea, like compared to arms, everybody's different, so what hurt really bad for me might not hurt too bad for other people, and vice versa. Also, I've noticed a lot of people were asking me how much it cost, and I just wanted to like get this question out of the way because I'm assuming the people who are asking this might not have much tattoo experience. If you do have tattoo experience, then you know that each artist charges different rates. Some artists have like flash sheets or set pieces that they have a set price for, and some artists charge by the hour. Some artists you can book a whole day. Usually artists will offer you a deal if you book a whole day, so that's relatively cheaper than booking 2 or 3 sessions. So depending on what you want to sit through, depending on the artist, like it can just vary. There's just multiple ways to go about like a grand total for a piece. I'm not going to tell you how much my piece costs because I just don't feel comfortable talking about like stuff like that. I don't want to. I think that should be discussed between the client and the tattoo artist. People were asking me about pregnancy and how stomach tattoos can be affected if you have a baby after getting your stomach tattooed. Ultimately, I believe it depends on the person, depending on how your body is going to react during pregnancy. An artist has told me like there have been clients who got their stomach done and didn't get any stretch marks and their tattoo is fine. The opposite could happen where you get stretch marks and then your tattoo might have stretch marks on it. When I get pregnant, because I will get pregnant, I really want to be a mom one day, but whenever that happens, obviously my tattoo is going to stretch, my stomach is stretching, my skin is stretching. I talked to my artist who did my piece and I told him if stretch marks interfere with my tattoo, then I might inquire about getting a touch-up. I'm not really worried about that though, mainly because I accepted both possibilities. Some of you guys are asking just generic tattoo questions, and I'm not gonna really answer those. I wanna mainly focus the questions on stomach tattoos because in a few weeks from now, I'm gonna film like an updated tattoo video where I will answer more generic questions. Somebody asked, how did it affect your view of your own body? I just liked this question because it's something that I think about every time after I get tattooed. Every time after I get a tattoo, I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's on me forever. And a little bit of panic overcomes me, but not because I regret the tattoo at all. Think about it, you're so used to seeing your body your entire life without that area covered, and then after you get it tattooed, it's like going from natural skin to something that you will never get natural again, and it's just adjusting. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, even when you go in for a consultation, I went for a consultation I think like a month or 2 before I had my tattoo appointment. I saw what the piece was gonna look like. You know, when I went in for the outline, he puts a stencil on first, you get an idea of what it's gonna look like on, but after it's actually on and you get home, or this is at least for me, and I'm looking at myself, I'm just like, all right, there's no going back. Like I said, it's not out of regret or anything, it's just that like going from something that you have known your whole life to like the complete opposite, it's just getting used to it. This was kind of a funny question. Well, not funny because I actually wondered this. I thought I was probably the only one who wondered this. Did you have to flex your stomach the whole time? No, you just relax and like breathe normal. Well, actually, I didn't really breathe normal. Other people were asking like, did you have to hold your breath? Could you talk? So I'll just include those answers in this answer as well. Naturally, when you breathe and talk, your stomach moves up and down or whatever, and I didn't want it to go up and down like too fast or too high and too low and to like shake my artist's hand or anything. So I was taking like slow, like shorter breaths while he was tattooing me, and then every time he would lift up, I would take like a deep breath. There were some parts where I just couldn't talk, but during the times where I could talk, we would just talk normally. I just wouldn't move my body. I speak with my body when I talk. Should you get a tummy tat if you haven't had many tattoo experiences? I think this is all on personal, this is all about you. If you don't have much tattoo experience, then the pain might be a shock, because like I said, it is a very painful piece. I think if you think you can handle it, then I say do it. I don't think you should be forced to get a lot of tattoos or pressured into getting a lot of tattoos before getting a stomach piece. What if you only want your stomach done and you don't want anything else? I'm gonna answer this next one just to like clear this up, because a lot of people were getting on my nerves. Why didn't your artist cover your boobies while you were getting tatted? So in my first video, I chose not to wear pasties. My artist offered them to me, as any professional artist should. And I told my artist, like, I don't mind not wearing them. They're pretty uncomfortable to me. Like, do you prefer me to wear them? Like, I'll wear them if you would like me to, but he told me that he didn't mind. Also, that shop is a, what is it called? An appointment only shop. So it is an open shop. A lot of you guys were making comments on that. Like, can't anybody just walk by? Yes, a few people walked by and they saw my titties. I didn't care, like I made the choice, like I said, but since it's appointment only, there was literally like 3 other people in the shop. At the end of the day, like in my eyes, they're just boobs. It's just a human body. I'm not embarrassed or ashamed of my body. I don't want to make other people uncomfortable. So if it was more of an open shop where there was more traffic, I probably would have accepted the pasties the first time. Sadly, like, that's just the way society is. People are offended by female nipples and I just don't know why, but either way. In this video though, I did wear pasties because some of you guys were just leaving me really annoying comments and I didn't want my artist to get a weird feeling or bad rep because I chose not to wear the pasties. I wanted his like name to still be, I mean, not that like because I didn't wear pasties he has a bad rep to his name now, but like I just didn't want anybody to discredit his work because of my choice. What hurt more, shading or the first session? Everybody's different. A lot of these questions are based on you personally, but I'm just giving my personal experience. For me, shading is worse. A lot of people say that the outline is worse because it's usually a thicker like width that's being tattooed and it's straight black and it's just getting in there, you know. But for me, I personally hate shading because as they're tattooing, they wipe away the ink so that way they can see what they're doing, and they do that for outlining and for shading. But I feel like when they're outlining, there's less ink to wipe away because there's less ink being put into your skin. Yesterday, there was so much ink because it's such heavy shading that he was wiping so much. It literally, my skin, the tattoo just is miserable, but on top of it, the wiping is just... A lot of people were asking why I got a moth, and this is the question that I've actually been most excited to answer. To me, getting a moth tattooed was meant to symbolize beauty that most people might not see. If you compare like a butterfly to a moth, I think most people would say that a butterfly is more beautiful. I look at it as just natural beauty. Both are equally beautiful. Growing up, I was really hard on myself because I compared myself to society's standards of beauty, and I had to realize that it's not just one or the other. There's just so many forms of beauty. I wanted a moth to just symbolize that like it might not be the most beautiful creature to somebody else, but to me, I think it's absolutely insane. So much beauty. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and that's kind of what I wanted this piece to represent to me. If you could change one thing, would you, and what? I'm looking at my tattoo right now in my big mirror over there, so that's why I am like this. There's nothing I would change about this piece. And that's because before getting it done, you look at the stencil and you make changes before you get the tattoo. All right, the last question I'm going to answer. I've seen a few people asking this, and it's just, why did you do your stomach? Just because I liked stomach tattoos and I wanted to get my stomach tattooed. That is going to be it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please thumbs it up and please subscribe to my channel. If you don't want to, you don't have to, but if you do want to, that would be nice. And yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.